Is Discord ready? It don't look ready. Okay, Discord is ready. Oh wait, I just realized we flipped. Discord ready? I guess you're gonna be on the left today because I fucked it up. It's okay, guys. Y'all don't know y'all know what we had to go through to be here, so y'all better fucking appreciate everything.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we are back and we are live. And mic check, mic check.
Mic check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do, what it don't, what it is, and what it ain't. It's your boy, Don Otaku, aka Don Solo, aka Solo the Don, aka Solo D Swaggy, aka Bulbasaur's best friend. And this is no, it's not. This is Dual Wheel Gaming Podcast, episode 74 live. And of course, I am here with the one and only Subagels, aka Subag, aka the Green Thumb, aka the Gaming Gardener, aka the Avatar, aka what you got for me today?
AKA Big Crimson Desert, bro. Big Pearl
Sir.
Abyss, bro.
And yeah, man, we had a little break, and then I had
I didn't have a break.
then my computer gave me a definite break when it decided to kill itself for a week. But got that situated, and now we are back and we are live.
Hell yeah.
But what's been going on other than a big event that you attended?
Yeah, so outside of that, bro, I literally just went to a concert in SF last night too. Red Veil, shout out to Red Veil. I shouted out the album too. It's called Sankofa. Amazing album. Definitely go listen to it. But yeah, I went to his concert. It was amazing. He was at the merch booth after he finished on stage, and he was just talking to everyone, like, and signing whatever, taking pictures with whoever, and yeah, I got to talk to him too, and yeah, I got to do that. I literally went to SAC today for a little dentist appointment, so been commuting a lot, been driving a lot, TLDR, but I've been chilling. I haven't been playing as much games as I want to. I've been really been like craving to play more games, but it hasn't really been happening because I've just been hella busy. But it will happen sooner or later, anyways. But yeah, I'm chilling, bro. I'm good. What about yourself? Did you I know it's your PC stuff, but
Yeah, PC. So, I mean, the worst part about troubleshooting a PC is that something can happen and it could be like 10 different things.
it could literally be anything, bro.
And that shit is the worst because you have to sit there and be like, all right, let me isolate this, see if it's this. Nope, not that. Isolate this, see if it's this. Nope, not that. Let me take my fucking computer apart, which is a fucking hassle. And then
Yeah, man.
it ended up being the simplest thing possible. The fucking C drive that Windows was installed
Wasn't
on died.
wasn't that the thing that happened last time or something? It was like something to do
No,
with your
well,
drive or something like that.
no. It wasn't my drive. It was last time my computer messed up.
I feel like it was something to do with your drive, bro,
Well,
like your
okay,
boot
yeah.
drive.
So it was an external drive that somehow was corrupting everything, which I didn't understand. As soon as I unplugged that
It's
one,
Windows, bro. It's
everything started
Windows,
running
bro.
perfectly. But
Yeah.
now my actual C drive died. Um After 12 years. I think I first built my PC
Wow.
in 2014. Uh so it's been 12 years since I had that drive. It was a SATA SSD that's just been holding me down from my first build. RIP to the Samsung Evo 860 or whatever the fuck I had. But yeah, I actually have it right here. But it's not the drive. Where the fuck did I put it? Anyway, if he's dead. And I lost a lot of data, which sucks. Here it is. Right here.
Ooh.
This guy.
Put the wilted roses in the chat, y'all.
I lost all my local saves, which sucks. I lost all my programs and I had to restart everything from default and all of the settings and everything because I don't back up anything because I'm a dumbass. But yeah, sucks, but we back on though, so it's all good. But with that, you know, I took that time to do a lot of gaming, playing one game and one game only for the entirety of the 2 weeks since we last did dual wield. But I will talk about that later. With that, let's get into a special topic because I have not heard your experience when you went to GDC.
Yeah. Well, have you heard? Did Cog talk about it or something?
I haven't talked to
No?
Cog either.
Really? Okay. Yeah, man, it was a crazy ass week, bro. It was a crazy ass week because I had to commute back and forth. I didn't have nothing out there, and to be honest, I don't really got it's not really flexible for me right now to like book a hotel or a motel like just off the fly, right? So literally the only thing that I could do is commute, and I did it. So literally my commute there was so if let's just say traffic didn't exist, right? And you're going 75 on the freeway on cruise control the whole way. You could probably get from here to there in like an hour and 15 minutes, if that, maybe 20. So it's actually like you can get there pretty fast if there's no traffic, but with traffic literally like I remember like 2 of my days, my drive there was literally 3 hours. And I was waking up at like 6 every morning and I was getting out early because I had shit that I need to go see out there. But yeah, so TLDR on the struggle aspect of it was that it was a struggle. And it was literally like a side quest every single fucking day. And like it was literally it was a trek to get here and get there and get there and get here and yeah, man, it was a lot. It was a lot. And
Yeah,
one of
that
the
reminds me of when I went to PAX West and I had to take the train to Seattle every day that I went.
yeah, how long was that?
It was also like 4 hours on train. It was like
For
a 3 hour drive, 4 hour train ride.
when you did that back and forth, or did you only do that like once?
I did it for all 3 days that I went.
The shit, man. Yeah, so you know the struggle of that for sure. It was probably nice though that you weren't driving and you were just chilling
Yeah,
in there. Did they have a bathroom in the train?
yeah,
Oh,
it
that's good.
shows.
That's good. And did they have like amenities or did they give out stuff?
Nah,
Nah. Aw.
I was
Well,
in
damn.
coach. Maybe if I was in first class.
It's all good. But yeah, so my drive there would be like 3 hours sometimes, and then like my drive back would be like an hour and like 10, if that. Um, one of the nights I actually I fucked up and I got a parking ticket there, and the parking ticket is like
Damn.
$110. I know, dude, I know, and it was so bad because like it took me like 20 minutes to walk to my car, and so like I got to my car and I was so defeated, and I was like, fuck, and it was so late at night too. So, but yeah, so on the whole trip thing outside of the gaming stuff, it was crazy. Every day was something different. Every day provided a new challenge for me. Every day was like a different like string of quests, not even just like one quest and you're done. It was like I'm going to do this and then like this gets tackled on and then, you know, 30 other things get tackled on, and then like I run into people that I know that I met there, and like I just kind of tag along. And yeah, man, it was a wild ride. But I honestly came back from like the whole trip thing just loving the city, man. It's a whole different like feeling out there versus being back here, and I just miss it, dude. Like, I was literally just there, and like we were in a different part of SF. The concert, the Redville concert was a separate area from the Moscone Center, which was where GDC was at. But it still was like, it still felt nice. Like everyone was still nice, dude. Like even like the homeless people like that I ran across were nice. Like a homeless guy literally asked me if I could get him some food. He didn't ask me for like money. You know what I'm saying? He asked me for food, and it's like, I don't know, that I kind of just remembered little things like that. But yeah, okay. So the gaming thing, the gaming stuff. So the first day that I went there was Monday. I kind of took that day to like learn the layout of everything and like kind of soak it in, and try to meet as many people as I could. I didn't really have any agenda for that day. I kind of was just with Cog, and we were just kind of doing whatever he had appointments for or whatever. I was just kind of sticking along with him. Very quickly, I told him that the city is a walking city. So it's like if you got somewhere to go, like you should probably just walk there instead of like Waymoing or Ubering or whatever. Because literally it could be like you waiting for your Uber or Waymo or Lyft, and then you getting there can literally take the distance of you if you just walked from the center to where you're going. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I was telling him like just try to walk everywhere you can, even if I'm like not with him. But like I tried to stick with him that day because I wanted him to feel comfortable, like I wanted him to like feel like I was there by his side. I wasn't just gonna dip on him. But the second day Rook was there, so I was kind of alone for a lot of the. So I would say aside from Monday and Tuesday, I was probably like by myself for like 90 like 5% of the time if I wasn't like making friends. So I was going to my appointments myself. I was showing up early and doing all that stuff, like putting uh the company in the best light, talking to everyone I can. But yeah, so I went to lectures. Those lectures were really did make it feel like college. So like you were seeing like the Jason Ronald lecture about the next gen console. So
Yep.
like that was a part of just like the daily lecture event, and there was
What's up,
like
Paul?
multiple. Hey, Paul's in here. Let's go. So there was multiple. So day one had like literally like 50 lectures, and each day had the different lecture. So the Jason Ronald one was just kind of separate from. It was just a lecture, but it wasn't like anything special. Like it wasn't like they were doing anything that the other lectures weren't really doing. They were all kind of presenting slideshows and talking to us like like a college seminar or just lecture like a lecture. And but the ones that I want to actually highlight or spotlight is the first one is the one that I attended with Jason Connell and Nate Fox, which is the one for Gosiote. If the audience doesn't know, Jason Connell is the creative director of Sucker Punch, I believe, and then Nate Fox is like just like the director, like the CEO or something like that. He's like one step above him. But yeah, the title of that one was like do you feel like a wandering samurai, or like how does it feel to be a wandering samurai? And it was just a very like insightful lecture about like their design decisions that they made in the game, and like why they chose to make those decisions. And like they even showed us when their scope was so big, right? Like there's a mechanic in Gosiote that's in the game right now, but it's like very small, where you can like flip between the past and the present. And they showed us that the mechanic was supposed to be everywhere. You were supposed to be able to do it everywhere. And then they were like, if they did that, then they would literally need to like develop two different like games. And then they were saying like we kind of had to like tone that back and then keep it to like specific areas and stuff like that. So they were explaining to us ways which they were experimenting, and then they were also explaining to us ways where they failed, or where they internally was like, this kind of goes against our North Star, which is like we want you to feel like a wandering samurai. But yeah, so Nate Fox and Jason Connell's lecture was really nice, really insightful. Uh, I really like the fact that they showed us where they failed, or where they thought they failed. and where they need to go like back to the drawing board, or maybe go back to the first game and see what the first game did well. But yeah, so that one was really good. And then the second one I want to highlight is the one with the PR, literally the team of one at Yacht Club Games. Her name is Celia Schilling. She had a very, very nice lecture, and it was the last one that I went to, so it kind of capped off my lectures in a great way. But her whole lecture was about like how she literally does everything for the PR and like the marketing and like the videos and all that. Like she has like so much on her plate, and how she balances all of it. And it's literally her like telling us how she min maxes her job, you know? And I really appreciated that from like a managerial perspective, because she assigned everything to like a point system. So if I recall, it was like if your task, and this is across the board. So like every person that works at Yacht Club has this like point system. And TLDR for that is like it pretty much is like an easy way to see how much work a person has. You know what I'm saying? So it's like her example was a 1 point task, or like she assigns a task 1 point if it only takes like an hour to do, right? And then if it's a 2 point task, then that can be like a half day, or even like a or like a 3/4 day. And then like a 4 point task is like a whole day thing, or like a multi-day thing. And then like an 8 point task is like if you think it's gonna take a whole week for you to do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like each person has these different pools of like their tasks, and it's just very easy for like someone to just come in and be like, maybe I shouldn't, bother them because they got too much. Or like if someone doesn't have too much, maybe you can go and ask the person that doesn't have that much on their like board or whatever. But yeah, her lecture was really insightful too. And I also went to one that was about the Outer Worlds too, and I didn't really get too much from that one. And also the guy that was speaking, I believe he was the combat designer. He was speaking really fast. So like I was getting it, I was catching on, but I wasn't taking any notes because he was talking like super fast. But if I remember, the thing that I took away from his lecture was that they were trying to make Emerald Vale is from the first Outer Worlds, right?
Yep.
So they were trying to make like the the curve of like player like getting stronger while enemies getting stronger. They were trying to make the curve of the Outer Worlds 2 feel like Emerald Vale, but like for the whole game. So that was like something that I noticed. And he was also saying like don't limit your comparisons for your like if you're working on a sequel and you didn't work on the first game, like don't limit your comparisons. Go into the first game and see what worked, see what didn't, try to learn from it and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I got from the Outer Worlds 2 lecture. But like what did you giggle at? I'm curious.
Oh, Cerebral Paul was saying I'll be by myself at PAX next week because y'all are all going to great lengths to avoid me. Hey man, I'm on the West
Ah.
Coast. PAX East is way out of my. Me and Subag are on the West Coast. That's out of our
Mhm.
reach.
Hey,
When
but
you pull
hopefully
up to
he has
PAX West, I'm
fun.
gonna be there. Don't worry.
PAX West is in Portland?
No, it's in
Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, right above
Seattle.
us.
Got it, got it. I've always wanted to visit both Portland and Seattle. So I would love to do that. They seem like great cities. But they seem like cities that kind of have like that same similar vibe that I was talking about earlier about like SF, where like people are just open, and like if you talk to them, they'll talk to you and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Portland definitely has the same homeless problem as San Francisco.
well, I think it just might be a West Coast problem at this point, because there's a lot of homeless in literally every city that I've been in. Um, but yeah, that was a tangent. But yeah, so the lectures were very insightful. I learned a lot from them, from both like a if I were to work in the game industry and as just like a fan. Um, so that was the lectures. I had a couple appointments that I probably can't talk about, but I was there, I was present. I did show up on time, if not early. The LRG appointment, the limited run games appointment, they actually let us take a game home, which was really
Nice.
nice. I was asking them questions, I was writing down my notes and stuff. And then I got up, and then, I shook their hands and I said, "Thank you guys." And then they were like, "Would you like to take a game?" And I was like, "Of course." And I didn't, like I wasn't gonna be picky. I literally asked. I was like, "Out of all these, which one would you want me to take?" Because I'm kind of like that. Like even when I go to restaurants and stuff, like I want to hear what the workers what they prefer. So he just picked out one, and I was like, I'll take it. I'm not a picky guy, so that was nice. Like I was saying, let me tie it back to like me going out after hours, I guess, from GDC. So every time GDC ended, it literally turned into like a TV show. I learned about all the local spots, excuse me, day by day. So I didn't learn about everything, and I didn't. I wish I knew about a couple of these places earlier on in the week, just so I could have hit them up on each of the days that I was still there. So like on that Monday and Tuesday. But but yeah, that first day was awesome. I got to meet up with Cog, and then he introduced me to all the like I met him at like a bar. I like They were just at a bar, and like all like the journalist people were there. So or all like the content creator or media people. So like all the people from day one that were going to GDC, they were there. I got to talk to, I believe his name was Sika Mechanico. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to talk to him, and then I got to talk to his wife, which they were both very lovely to talk to, and we had a little back and forth about. I'll tell you about it because it'd be interesting to hear your perspective. But he told me that he doesn't actually believe that Nintendo has made a AAA game, and I told him that he's wrong. Um, but that was literally our back and forth a little, because he then was saying like Nintendo has made AAA games for Nintendo fans, but not like in the industry you wouldn't consider them AAA. But I was just saying like if they're just efficient with their money, then that just means they're efficient, you know? That shouldn't take away like the fact that Tears of the Kingdom isn't AAA, because it is, in my opinion, and like Donkey Kong Bonanza isn't AAA because it is, in my opinion. But yeah, that was a tangent. But
I
we had a
mean,
great conversation.
if AAA has to do with budget, then the Zelda games are 100% AAA because Breath of the Wild was $120 million budget, and that
Mm,
was back in the PS4 era where even games like Horizon Zero Dawn weren't hitting 120 million.
yeah.
So yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I know. I was pushing back on him. I was pushing back on him. He told me, he was like, I'm talking to like a Nintendo fan. I just told him, I was like, I'm a fan of all of them, like PC, Steam, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. Like I talk my shit, but I support them all equally, in my opinion. But what's it called? I got to talk to Gaz. He was also very nice, very pleasant. I got to talk to Mr. Tom Henderson. I actually met him in person. We had an interesting conversation. I'll just put it there. This is also where I got to meet Will Powers. He was there too. So that's if you've seen the picture of me and him, that's where we
Yeah.
got to take the picture. He was very drunk, but he was also very fun to talk to. I forgot her name, but I met a lady that literally like worked on like the golden years of Game Informer, and she literally is like an OG. If I talk to Cog, I know he'll know her name, but she literally is like an OG, and I want to shout her out because she told me like her resume, and like and I was literally like listening to her, and like my fucking jaw was on the floor because I was like she literally was there before like the Jason Schreiers and all that shit, like, you know. And I was like, holy shit, like that's crazy. But yeah, that was like my Monday. And then we capped that off by going to the Death Star. Do you know what the Death Star is?
The Death Star.
Not in Star Wars.
Okay, no, I don't.
It's a like restaurant bar thing, and the CEO of Snail Games was throwing a party there. So we got to go to a fun little party that night. It was great. They had an open bar. Uh that was fun. It felt very like need to know type thing, you know? And then so that was my Monday night. I got home. I was chilling. I was actually on such a high that night. Like I felt like I was on cloud like 1,000 because everyone I talked to was so nice, and like and yeah, it was just amazing. And then the second day I was super groggy, but this day was more important because we actually had like legit appointments we needed to go to. I won't take too much of this time because I feel like I'm rambling. But the second day, we hit up a few of our appointments. I was with Cog a little bit here. I actually got to record some things, and then he even asked me a couple questions. So I'm pretty sure I'm featured in one of the videos that's gonna be on the Lognet channel or the ILP channel. It might be the Zero Parades video. Um, that was fun. I got to hit up the Nintendo store that day too. So while I was walking to my appointment, I ran into the Nintendo store and I was like, I'm not gonna turn this opportunity down. Walked in, caught Pokopia. Excuse me. Walked in, caught Pocopia. It's still sealed, but the funny thing is, the guy that was at the cash register, he was trying to push the digital copy on me, bro. He was literally trying to push the
Yeah,
digital
he
copy
was
on
trying to
me.
help you.
Nah, and then I told him, I was like, no, but I know it's a game key card, but I would really like the physical. And then he told me, he was like, we got you, that's fine. But he said like if I had came like literally 30 minutes later, they probably wouldn't have had any. Because he was saying like I copped like one of their last copies they had, and that day was Mario Day too, so Mario was gonna come through the building at like 4 p.m. or some shit, and like it was gonna be popping in there. He even told me to come back, but I was so busy that day, so I couldn't go back. But yeah, Nintendo store Tuesday, loved it. If you have a chance, go there because not everything is super expensive in there. I'll say that. You can cop little keychains for like $5-10, which is nice. Um, one of the I copped two keychains, one for me, one for my girl. For me, I copped the Link one. It actually is big enough where like you turn it around, it kind of can act like a little mirror, which is nice. Um, Tuesday. So Wednesday was the last time I really had like any sit down with Cog, and we had a meeting with a specific someone. So this meeting I will try to keep a little secret. But in this meeting, I learned about a new place
And
which
then
I started to hit up.
this is where Cog had got his check from Xbox or something, right? Because you know they well
So
funded over there. No, I'm just playing.
uh, nah, a funny thing is, I actually like wasn't I don't know if I wasn't invited or I wasn't put on the list, but I didn't get to go to like the Play Anywhere event that they had. So like
Okay.
if you've seen like the pictures with like Asha and Phil and all that, they were at that Play Anywhere event and I couldn't go to that one. So take that for what you will, I guess. But yeah, so no Asha or Phil for me, no pictures with them, which is fine, I guess. Who cares? On Wednesday, I was going to the lecture and someone literally walked right in front of my face and I was too starstruck to even say anything. And that was Mark Cerny. I was on the second floor of the West building and he had, I don't know if it was like a security guard with him or I don't know if it was a like his like assistant or like something like that, but it looked like he was in a rush. I really wanted to say hi real quick, but he literally walked right in front of me. Like I was going down on the escalators and he was going up on the escalators and I literally like stopped in my path and I just seen him just go up and I was like, that was fucking Mark Cerny and I didn't say anything. And I regretted that for probably like a whole 24 hours. But
I feel it.
um I know, dude. I was like, fuck, man, because I really just wanted to tell him like I appreciate him for like staying in the gaming industry and not leaving. And I was also gonna tell him like try to keep the cost down as much as you can for the next thing. But you know, I just that's the one person. That's the one person I regret not saying hi because I literally said hi to every other person I could. But yeah, so Wednesday
All right.
that was the big
Let
thing.
me shout out to Abdi011. What's up?
Let's
This
go.
Hello Die Hard fan group. I don't
Yes,
know what
sir.
that
Yes,
means, but
sir.
yeah, I'll take that. Die Hard
We
fan group.
we die hard for what we love, man. But yeah, so that was the one thing I regret. So Wednesday was also the day that I went to the IGF Independent Game Awards show. They upgraded my ticket to VIP, which felt very nice. I brought an extra pair of clothes, an extra set of clothes in my car, which were a little nicer, a little button up, a little bomber jacket, some slacks, and some dress shoes. Because you know they upgraded me to VIP, so I had to try to dress a little nice. And yeah, that award show was really good. I have the pamphlet that they gave me, so I have all the indie games that they showed off there, and they showed off a ton of indie games that I never even heard of. Some that I knew, like Morsels and like Baby Steps and all that shit. But that was really good. The second night on Thursday, I had the actual like the award ceremony. That one they didn't upgrade me to VIP, so I was just regular. But I did the whole same thing. I brought a set of clothes, dressed up nice for it, and then yeah, I just kind of dipped early because I was like, this is actually kind of boring. And like literally the host for that second one was like, she was so monotone and stuff, and I was all like, okay, I was like, I don't really feel the need to stay. So I just kind of left, and then I went to my spots that I learned, which I learned on Wednesday. So the one of the spots is House of Shields. So if you guys are going to GDC, try to tap into that place every now and then. First of all, their beers are actually cheap considering all the or their beers are cheap comparative to all the other bars that are around, because the bars will charge like 8, 9, 10, $11 for like a beer, and House of Shields only charged $4, which was really nice. Second off, that's where um that's where the events were happening. So there was a little Crimson Desert event on one of the days there. So if someone was just trying to network and not going to GDC, that would be a place to maybe hit up and talk to people and try to maybe get your foot in. Um, yeah. So House of Shields is one. That so that's the one, that's the bar. And then the second one is more business, but it does have a bar in the lobby. It's called the W, which is literally
Oh, the
right next
hotel.
to the yeah, it's you probably know it because rappers be talking about it in some of their songs and shit, but
Oh no, I
um
stayed at the W.
yeah, in
I
SF?
stayed at the W before I even knew it was a song. No, I'm just
Yeah, in SF?
not in SF. They got them all over.
Okay, okay. So like in there's a lounge area where there's a bar and there's usually someone playing some music and shit. It's low key a vibe in there. And the one in SF, I've learned that a lot of business happens in that building. So it is definitely a place you should probably go to if you're networking or trying to go to GDC or whatever. Um
Oh wait. So Abdi says I forgot the Sonic part. They meant to say hello diehard Sonic fan group. Which
Not over here, man.
we don't do that. And then Abdi also said or asked, was Nintendo there at GDC?
Okay. So I didn't run into any Nintendo employees,
Got
but
it.
I wasn't actively looking for any Nintendo employees. But I didn't see any booths that were specifically Nintendo. So I'm gonna say, if there was Nintendo representation, it probably was very small.
All right.
But yeah, I guess I could talk about. Hold on, I actually want to finish my thought about the
Yes.
W. So at the W is where I ran into this guy that literally felt like a character straight ripped out of fucking Yakuza, bro. Like dead ass. Like he had the fucking like that fucking Yakuza outfit on where he had like a vest, a sweater vest, a button up, like a tie, and a fucking like slacks and shit. And he was Asian and he had long hair. And he had a little bit of an accent. So he had a little twang in him. And bro, this guy was a fucking character, bro. I swear to God. So he actually was telling me about like an invite only party that was going on. And he gave me the link. He didn't give me the link. He told me to take a picture of his phone with the link. And then I just like press and held on my phone and it just popped up the link, which is something that I didn't know I could do. Uh I don't know if that's like an iPhone specific feature or just phones all have that, but that was actually neat. Where like the link was in the picture and I just like tapped and held it and it just popped up in my Safari. And that was nice. But anyway, so I was like literally filling out this forum to like RSVP to this invite only party, which is free, but it was still invite only. And at the bottom, like I was filling it in, I was putting my email, I put the company, I even literally put like a writer, lognet, Lords of Gaming, all that shit. And then at the bottom it said like who's your contact, right? And then I turned to the guy and I was like, all right, what's your name? I was like, let me put you down as my contact. And he's like, oh no, 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 no. Like he was being like, nah, you can't do that shit. And I was like, why not? And then he was like, he was drunk too, so he didn't give me no fucking real answer. So then you know what I do? It was a UMG sponsored event, right? I go on LinkedIn, I just type in Universal Music Group, and I literally write the first person that pops up as my contact on LinkedIn. And they accept, like they literally were like, you're confirmed, you're good to go in, you're good to go into this party or whatever. So that was nice. That party was on Thursday night, which happened after my Thursday events and stuff. But yeah, the show floor was also nice, which opened up on Wednesday too. That's where you could like fans and stuff, like if you don't have like appointments for specific things, you can walk down there, play things, talk to the companies. You could get nice little like goodies and stuff. Like I got this little virtuos like clicker fidget toy thing that's like a keyboard cap, but it lights up virtuos. I don't know if I could show it, but yeah, it lights up like that. You could win like socks, like Xbox was giving out socks and stuff. It sucks because I didn't know until Thursday, and I went and they're like, "Oh, we actually ran out," and I'm like, "Fuck." But yeah, there were like you could get socks there. You could try out all the indie games. There was like experimental games. Um, I don't know if you've seen like a video of like a person like a hamster ball and like a clear hamster ball thing, and like they're like rolling. Like you could play that. People could get into there and play that. That one actually looked a little sus because the like one of the game devs was actually in the back like making sure the person doesn't roll off of the thing, which was funny. But yeah, that's where the PlayStation Hearts Indies booth was. I got to talk to Celia a little bit more because she was showing off Mina. Because I didn't get to talk to her at her lecture, so I kind of wanted to talk to her there. Had a nice conversation, got a picture with her, which was nice. Tried out a couple of the PlayStation indie games. I sat at one of them. The guy told me he was all I forgot which one this was, but it kind of was kind of like Tetris Effect y, but it was more like on rails and like a runner maybe. Um, it was interesting. It was more like a visual experience more than anything. But I sat down and then he told me he was all like, I have the picture of the booth, so I can just look it up. But he was all like, "Yeah, no one has beat the level, so try to beat the level." And I literally told him, I was like, "Now that you told me that, I'm literally not gonna leave until I beat this fucking level." And he was like, "I love to hear it." But yeah, that was nice. So Wednesday was the day that I really got to walk on the show floor and like really seen. That's also when I played Talaka and got to talk to the developer Potato Kid or the developers at Potato Kid. I got the name. So it's
That's one that we
called
were looking forward to already.
Yes, sir. And that the game is actually really fun. Can't wait for it. The game that I was talking about earlier is called Meteora,
Okay. Oh,
the race against
okay.
space time.
Is that so? Did you say it was a runner or is it a puzzle game? Like,
It's so it's like an on rails, like you're in a spaceship, you're like always going forward. So you're really only moving like left and right. But it's more of like a visual experience because when you get like power ups and like when you get your speed boost, like shit gets trippy and stuff like that. So it's like Tetris effect in the fact that like the visual experience, but it plays more like a on rails like runner type game, but it's like you're in a spaceship. I don't know
okay,
if I'm
because
describing it
I thought it
correctly,
was gonna be
but
related to Meteos, which was a really cool puzzle game. I think on a DS. Back in
mm,
the day, I
I've
thought it
never
was like
heard
a
of that.
sequel to that or something.
Yeah, I don't know. If I knew, I probably would have asked him. But the game actually comes out relatively soon. It comes out on 5/26, May 26th, which is also I think the day that Forza Horizon 6 comes out, right? Or is that the day that
May
007
15th.
drops or some shit?
May
But
15th is Forza,
15th
right?
is the four. Oh, that's the early access.
Yeah, that's what it is. 19th
Gotcha,
is
gotcha,
the
gotcha.
not early access.
Yes. Um, yeah, so that game that I was talking about was Meteora. You should actually try to look it up. Maybe you'd be interested. It was fun. It was fun. I actually really did like the level that I played. Um, the stick lets you adjust like your spaceship a lot, so you can move it around like a lot. And then if you wanted to do like micro adjustments, you do it on the triggers. So that was nice. So it wasn't like Subway Surfer where you're like swiping left and you're going to the left one, you're swiping right, you're going to the right one. You
Yeah.
kind of are in control of everywhere you go. But I guess it is kind of like Subway Surfers in a sense, but it's better than that. And it was definitely harder than Subway Surfers because you can lose. And you're pretty much you're trying to get to like the black hole that's at the end of the stage and it's like getting away from you the whole time. So like that's why you're trying to constantly get like pick up speed boosts and shit like that. But yeah, it's a fun game. Did we get another comment?
Well, yeah, Abdi said so. GDC is where it's at. Interesting.
Yes, yes. Okay, let me try to wrap this up real quick. Had a lot of fun. Also played Nevergraves. I don't know if you heard of that game, but
I
it's a
have it. I
Metroidvania.
bought it.
You have it?
Yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. But yeah, it was already out now. They said it on the thing. It was fun. It felt very traditional Metroidvania. Um, yeah. I guess I just had a lot of fun. I just had a lot of fun when I went, and I really like that's why I started off with saying like it was a trek for me every single day, and it was hard for me to get there every single day. And like one of the nights I literally came home at like 2 or 3 a.m. and I woke up at like 6. I woke up like I literally only had like 3 hours of sleep, and I still was like up and like happy to do it and like excited to do it and like because every single day was so full of opportunities and every single day I was meeting so many different people and and everyone was just so open and like they not only one like validated like me kind of being there like in my own head because every single person was like we hear the love and the passion in your voice and like we hear like you actually care about games and like and that's awesome, you know, like when everyone is like validating me with that, which is why I do it, you know, which is why I'm on here, which is why I fucking write articles for Lognet, which is why, you know, I'm okay with putting out something that might be a little controversial because I trust in it, you know, and I believe in it. So it kind of just validates all of that for me. So that's the one thing. Number two, I had a little squabble with the member in a Discord server because they were, to be honest, I think they were just a little jealous, but I wasn't attacking them, but they were low key attacking me saying like, "Oh, you shouldn't be there. GDC is only for game developers." And then and I literally was like all I was trying to tell the guy, and he called me the R word too. He literally said, "You're too R to talk to." But he so what I was trying to explain to him was, you know, I'm here and I was trying to tell him like every person that's here on their badge has like a specific like thing on their badge that says what you're here for. Like I had the media badge which was red, right? Um there was the streamer badge, so streamers were there, content creators were there, students, literally just students. I've talked to just film students that were there, not even for gaming. They're film students and they were there. Um and also just fans, people that just bought their ticket and just wanted to attend, you know? So that's all I was trying to explain to the guy. And then he was just like, "Oh, you're too hard to talk to," like blah 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 blah, like fucking stick up his ass. And I was just trying to tell him like bro, like if you have this like gatekeeping thing, like that's what's keeping like gaming small and like not like going to everyone, you know, everyone should be able to experience it. Or even if you don't get a ticket to GDC, everyone should, if you fucking love gaming, you should probably go to the Moscone when the GDC is happening, because you might run into someone that you love, or you might run into someone that you want to aspire to be, you know what I'm saying? So that was what I was trying to tell him. Like, there's the Matreon, which is right next to GDC, which is like all the food stuff. And that's literally like all the people that were attending GDC were going to the Matreon and they were networking there and having meetings there and like stuff was going on there too. So yeah, I wanted to emphasize here that I know GDC says Game Developers Conference, but literally on the tagline right next to it just says Festival of Gaming. So it's like it's just another gaming event. Like it's like don't treat it as something that only specific people can go to when everyone there is literally like we want more people to come here, you know? We want more people to come here of all different types. Like and like people that love everything. But yeah, no, GDC is definitely where it's at. It was amazing. Networked a lot, made a lot of connections, got a lot of people's discords, which was nice because a lot of people were trying to push their fucking LinkedIn's on me, and I was like, I don't even fucking use LinkedIn. But you know, I appreciate so much the fact that I did get people's like, you know, Instagrams or Twitters or even Discord, add them on Discord and stuff like that. And yeah, man, everyone was just so open, and it was great. It was great.
That's what's up.
Hopefully, I didn't ramble for too
Oh no,
much.
no. You did better than I would have. I would have went for another 30 minutes. I already know me.
That's funny.
So but yeah, man. One day I hope to go, maybe next year. We'll see.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, sounds like a good time for sure. Any I mean, I guess you already went over it, but what would you say, like, what was the highlight moment for you? Like the one moment that is like the highlight of your GDC?
Honestly, it was all the conversations that I had with everyone. Like, I don't know if I posted the picture in your Discord, but I had a picture with he's a shorter gentleman. His name is Hal. He worked at Bethesda. He's an OG. Um, we literally like because we connected via the Morse Law is Dead Discord channel because he's in there, and I was like telling people like if you're going to GDC, like talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, you know. And he was like, "Fuck it, like let's hang and chill," and we were just walking around on the show floor, and then like and I was talking to him for like an hour and just like picking his brain, like asking him about everything, you know, everything about you know his time with like, Creation Engine or whatever it was called before, because back when they were working on Morrowind, it wasn't fucking called
Gabriel.
Creation Engine. Yeah, exactly. Conversating with him, or walking to Bruce Straley's lecture on the final day, not finding it, and then I literally see him, and I literally run into him, and I'm like introducing myself real quick, and because I was like, I'm pretty sure he's headed to his lecture too, and then finishing our conversation with, can you point me to where your lecture's at, because that's where I'm actually going, and seeing like their eyes light up, seeing the people like being like holy shit, like all the fruits of my like work are like low-key embodied with this random person that I'm talking to, and I don't know, I just think that it's just like my main highlight is the people that I talk to. And the funny thing about Bruce is he actually told me before we uh had our little like before I ran into him while he was on his lecture, on his way to his lecture, he actually told me, he was all like, good luck, I'm gonna need it. And then I was like, oh, I was like, you don't need my luck. I was like, you got it. And then he was like, thank you, I appreciate it. And then afterwards I talked to him too, and that's when I got the picture. He even asked me, he was like, so what did you think of my lecture? And then I was like, it was great. And then I asked him, um, like, I'm sure this is, I like prefaced it, and I was like, I'm sure you have a lot of internal monologue and dialogue about your time with Naughty Dog. I was like, but with that, like, what do you regret not doing the most with your time there? And he straight up told me, he was like, I regret not putting my like name on more of my work, like not like sticking up for my work, not making it show like, or not making it so my name has permanence, because people at Naughty Dog kind of don't remember Bruce anymore, and he's kind of like a figure that's passed, when it's like he was there at the the beginning stages of it. So that was very introspective of him to even tell me that, and it kind of made me think of my own work, and it's like I do need to stick up for myself more, and like I do need to stand up for myself and put a stamp on my shit that I make like more, you know what I'm saying? So like, if someone else that's coming from Lognet, or if someone else comes on, Project Entitled or Dual, they understand like the lineage, they understand like where it kind of comes from. I feel like that's important, even if it's 10 years down the line, and literally like someone that you worked with isn't even there anymore. But that's besides the point. My favorite thing was the conversations. They were all very insightful, very, very knowledgeable, very inquisitive.
Abdi asked, they were there during the early Uncharted days, right?
Bruce Straley, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bruce Straley was there during the Crash days.
Okay, so
He's
he
an
OG
OG, bro.
OG.
Look up, if you're listening still, look up Bruce Straley on Moby Games. And also join the Discord channel.
But yeah,
Anyways, but yeah, do you have any other questions?
what up, Stu? Uh,
Hey,
no, it's I'm happy that you got to enjoy GDC. I'm a little jealous, but
hey,
it's all
man,
good.
me and Cog literally were like, we need to get you here. He didn't even know you were in the West. I literally had to tell him, like, I had to remind him, like,
Well,
bro, like, he's
there was no
here.
way I was gonna be able to make it anyway because I went to Houston while y'all were in
Mm,
GDC. While you were at
gotcha.
GDC, I was in Houston at the same
Hmm.
time.
Yeah,
So I was
but
back home. I had to go visit for a wedding and came back basically when y'all came back from GDC.
sure. Oh, so just to answer the question about Bruce, his first game at Naughty Dog was Crash Team Racing. So he wasn't OOG, but he was very
Yeah,
close to OG.
he was a young OG.
Yes, sir.
But all right, that was GDC. Appreciate the rundown.
Of course.
Actually definitely made me more excited about GDC because I always felt like GDC was like, this is the boring conference. No one cares about what's
Nah.
going on here. But now the way that you've put it, it has made
I'll,
me think like, yeah, maybe I do need to hit up the GDC.
I'll
Put
say it like
GDC on the
this.
list.
I'll say it like this. It wasn't a coincidence that I ran into Mark Cerny on that day, and it's not a coincidence that literally all the shit happened literally the week after GDC. Because remember how I was telling you, like, that's where the contracts are signed and finalized and stuff? that's where it happens. So GDC is the place to be. And also, I know you don't really listen to Sacred that much, but they mentioned GDC on one of their episodes of Sacred Symbols recently, and Colin even said that was his favorite show to go to, and he actually misses going to it, and he fucking doesn't like traveling at all. So, yes, definitely the place to go to. If you go next year, I fucking got you, bro. I literally know all the I know the spots where the journalists hang out at. I know the spots where like the fucking shit pops off at. I literally know all the bars that they go to and shit, and I know all the food places now. So, I got you, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely gonna be looking to pull up next year.
Hell yeah.
All right. With that, let's get into what we've been playing, which will also be a topic in and of itself because I've been playing one game for the past 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
And I'm also currently writing my review for it. So I guess I'll let you go first. What have you been playing?
Yes. So, not much gaming was happening for me during GDC, just
Yeah.
because everything that I explained. But I did get a chance to check out the PSSR 2 on the PS5 Pro. 2 games. Ghost of Yote, it already looked great on the Pro anyways, but I was playing it before on the ray tracing performance mode with capped frame rates, so I was playing it at 60. I did toggle between them, and I remember I was like yeah, the uncapped definitely looks like a visual like loss in quality. So I stuck with the capped version, still was on the ray tracing performance mode, but with PSSR 2 uncapped, bro, that shit looked even better than how it did before. Even uncapped. Yeah, dude, and it's running at like fucking like 90 frames and shit. Dude, it looks so good, bro. Uh I was literally telling my girl because we went to see Redville, and I was telling her while I was driving up, and I was like, I want to play Yote so fucking badly. And she was all like, she's like, oh, I should just gone to this concert alone. Like, we are just teasing back and forth. Um, but yeah, no, I definitely was thinking about it a lot because it's so good, dude. I fucking love this game, man. And it feels so smooth with the uncapped frame rates, like but anyways, PSSR 2 on that, it was definitely a visual improvement. It already looked good beforehand, but it just looks even better. The second one I didn't really get to try out before the PSSR 2, but I got to try it out now, and that's Control. Um, I'm playing it on the graphics mode, which actually in the game it says like, oh, your frame rate's gonna be capped to 230, but you can uncap it, and then if you click PSSR, the little toggle, I think it just uncaps it on its own. So, it's definitely not 30. It feels like a smooth 60 to me. I've played like 2 hours of it. I've gotten decently far. I still just have the pistol, but I've gotten a few upgrades with the pistol. Combat still feels really good. I actually really like how Remedy like is really good at like making the gun like play feel good without like aiming in. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're not aiming in, it feels really good to like aim and shoot, and it feels really snappy. But yeah, it looks really good. It it's running great. Not noticing no frame drops. I'm trying to get to it this time because I'm really excited for Control Resonant, but um, that's what it's called, right? Control
Yep,
Resonant.
Control Resonant.
Yes. But yeah, Control uh great. It's taking me too long to get to this, but I should get through it because after I'm done with all this work bullshit that I'm doing, I should have some time to play. But yeah, that's the main games. It's just Yote and Control. I have some that I downloaded, like I downloaded Disco Elysium on my Steam Deck. Want to get to that at some point. I want to get back to Marathon because they're dropping the new map tomorrow, and that's like the map
Cryo
that's
Archive.
dropping. Yeah, Cryo Archives. You need to have like a minimum loadout value to even like check into that map. So I need to grind it out, get my get my loadout value up. But yeah, man, I'm excited to get through it. I'm excited to play Crimson. That's not even talking about fucking Crimson Desert, which is literally out right now, which I want to play so badly too. But all in due time.
Abdi asked 2 questions, or no, not 2 questions. Abdi asked, "Is it the backwards map in Control holding you back?"
Backwards map. Mm, no, I wouldn't. I will say the map isn't great in Control. It is kind of annoying to navigate through, but I would say that's just the. I feel like that's just the what you get with having like a 3D Metroidvania type game. You know, like even God of War has like really shitty maps. Um, the Jedi Survivor, and Fallen Order, I remember had really shitty maps that were like hard
Metro
to
Prime
navigate through.
4 has a great map.
Metro,
Metro
I
Prime 4
haven't
has
beat
an
that one,
amazing
but
map. And I don't remember Batman Arkham Asylum's map being that bad.
Batman's, yes, Arkham Asylum's map, Arkham City, even though Arkham City is not a
Yeah,
Metroidvania, but
not a Metroidvania, but Arkham
those
Asylum,
have
the
great maps.
Metroidvania, had a
So
pretty
I
good
guess
map.
you know what, TLDR, yes, Control's map is probably something that's hard for me to wrap my head around. What's the second question?
Well, then he just said Disco Elysium is a masterpiece. That
Oh,
was the
oh yeah,
question.
I that's another game where I really need to get to, but I just haven't, and it's taking me a long ass time. And yes, but yeah, oh, I also played like 40 minutes of Saint Slayer Spear Sacrilege, which is Lily Mo Games' next game. Um, I don't know if it's really clicking with me. You know, me and like super old school type games. Like it's
Yeah,
kind of like if it clicks,
that's
it
that
clicks. If it doesn't,
early
it doesn't.
Castlevania. I never liked those. Like it gotta be Symphony of the Night and beyond for me to be like, oh yeah, I'll fuck with it. Like even the
Exactly.
bloodstained old school Castlevania, Curse of the Moon, I think, were
Hmm.
the spin-offs. I couldn't get into those.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't really get into it, but I tried. I played it on the Steam Deck. It ran at 60 FPS on there. So, and the funny thing is, it's one of those where if you click it and you download it, it says, "Oh, this is unsupported. Do you want to install?" And it's like, yeah, like it's gonna work on here. It's not, it's not a taxing game, but yeah, downloaded some things on the Steam Deck. Oh, one last game actually. One last game before I pass it over to you. Bayonetta 3, which you actually tried a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, I guess you already talked about Pisser 2 also, but that was a
the Pisser
topic.
2.
The handheld boost stand Pisser 2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, dude, they really upgraded that pisser, bro, and they really cooked with it. I'm not gonna lie, but it's exactly as I was reporting it in the Discord, bro. It's literally them like meshing what AMD's learned with FSR 4 and what PlayStation's learned with PSSR 1, and just kind of like combining both of those together and being like, you know what, let's try to make something of it, and it's
Yeah,
working, bro.
we
And
gonna
if
talk about it. We got a
yes,
topic.
but I upgraded my Nintendo Switch, updated my Nintendo Switch for the newest software update, which allowed the handheld boost mode, which is nice. So any Switch 1 game in handheld now runs at docked performance in the handheld for Switch 2. I think I explained that correctly, but probably jumbled it a little bit. But if you're playing in handheld and you're playing a Switch 1 game, your game's just gonna look better now, pretty much. And
A lot better.
the one game, a lot better.
Well, I guess it
Like it's
depends on how good the docked mode was, because some docked
nah,
mode,
nah, nah,
but
bro.
for the
And
most
I
part,
feel like yeah, across the board, bro. Even if the dock mode looked bad, it's just the fact that the Switch 2 screen is
it's so
small,
small.
and
Yeah,
it's 1080p. So it's like it doesn't honestly matter if it looked bad in dock mode before, because it literally is gonna look better anyways. But yeah, so the one game I tried was Bayonetta 3, and like it literally feels like a remaster at this point, and
yeah,
it's insane. And I am expecting Platinum Games to show up at that next Nintendo Direct, but that's all I
yeah.
actually got to say.
Abdi, all four Xenoblade games look better to the point that you know how okay, so Xenoblade Chronicles X Switch 2 edition has that nasty anti-aliasing that kind of makes it look bad.
Yeah.
If you get rid of the Switch 2 version and download the Switch 1 version, then it will look sharper than the Switch 2 edition. It looks a lot
Yeah.
sharper than the Switch 2 edition, but
Mm.
you still got 30 frames per second. So if you're
Ah.
okay with 30 frames per second but a sharper
Mm.
image, it's better to play the Switch 1 version on instead of the Switch 2 edition.
Interesting. So you're trading off one for the other, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I played a little bit of the Xenoblade X, and I didn't really notice it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I mean for
But that
me it's not the worst thing in the world. Like the 60 felt better than
yeah,
the
yeah.
the the image being muddy for me.
Mm.
But yeah. And then sorry. Abdi also said Symphony of the Night badly needs a HD remaster port for modern consoles. I mean, Konami's been on the roll. I feel like
that's a
this
game
is
they
the
should
Konami that would
remake.
do it.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it
they
needs
should
a
remake that game.
Twin Motion remake Symphony of the Night, like with that new art style. That'd be fire. That'd be fire.
Cool.
We need that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Xenoblade 2 is a 420p game. Exactly. It's pretty bad, especially on handheld. It's nasty on handheld. But yeah, Xenoblade 2 is night and day difference. Bayonetta 3, night and day difference. I was playing Bayonetta 3 and I was like, this is what I was expecting when I first put it on my Switch 2. I was like, this is how it's going to look. And yeah, Bayonetta 3 is actually playable on handheld now.
Yeah, and another thing I noticed that it didn't seem like it was draining my battery anymore, so it seemed like it was pretty efficient too.
All right, but let me go ahead and talk about the one and only game that I played, and that is Pokemon Pokopia. And unfortunately, because my computer was fucked off for however long, and even after I fixed it, I still haven't set up my capture card and everything. I did not get any gameplay. I'm using Beard Bears gameplay on YouTube, so this isn't my gameplay. But why is it not showing it?
Bro, people are saying Crimson Desert doesn't even boot up on the Xbox PC app, bro.
Rip.
Fuck, dude. I guess Series X is where I'm gonna play.
This is not okay. No, this is working. So yeah, all right. Pokemon Pokopia, bruh. Pokemon Pokopia. All right.
Pokopia.
So I'm a fraud. I'm not even gonna try to act like I'm not. I'm I'm a Metacritic fraud. I already know it. Metacritic, Open Critic. When I see a nice looking score, I change my tune pretty fast. When I gave no fucks about Elden Ring whatsoever. But when I saw that 96, 97, I caved so fast on Elden Ring. I was like, I didn't even like Souls games. I ended up liking Elden Ring a lot though. So like Pokopia, I was like, it's Dragon Quest builders with Pokemon, with some Minecraft, with some Animal Crossing. I'm like, I'm good on this. Like, I can wait. It's not that important to me. It's not a must play. I'm expecting like high 70s, low 80s. Nothing too crazy, right? Then the reviews came out. It was hitting at 90. I bought it within the hour. I was like, damn, bro. But it's because not only just because of the score, but I also started to see more because I was really like not even paying any like when we had the Pokemon Presents, I skipped the trailer for Pokemon Pokopia. I was like, I already know what this is. I'm just gonna skip over it. But I started to read the reviews. I started to like see what Pokopia actually was, and then I was like, hold on. This is actually way more my speed. So picked it up, and I did read some reviews, but I still didn't really know the extent to what I was getting myself into. Bro, this is absolute cinema, bro. This is the greatest Pokemon game in the sense that this is the most like personable Pokemon game where I actually care about the Pokemon, and I'm literally like waking up at 5 in the morning when I don't have to work, and I'm like, hold on, I gotta take care of my Pokemon real quick. because I gotta make sure that my buildings are right, and I gotta do, bro. We don't need. I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't need an Animal Crossing. Keep updating Pokopia. No need for Animal Crossing. This is my Animal Crossing replacement. I don't know what Animal Crossing could do for me to care.
Add Pokemon. No.
Because the one thing about Animal Crossing is like I didn't care about the villagers. I just
Yeah.
liked building my town and like just it was more about my town and my character than it was about the villagers. I didn't care about any of them.
Bro, and who the fuck wants to deal with Tom Nook, bro?
Exactly, and I'm not getting fucking robbed by Tom Nook in this one. So, bro, when I saw Squirtle sleeping, and then I was like, my man Squirtle was laid out on the ground, and he was thirsty, and I had to squirt on him a little bit to wake him up, and I was like, yo, this is peak, like especially the fact that they start with the you start your village with the 3 starters from Pokemon Gen 1, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, and bro, they're like I care so much about them. I would never let anything happen to them. Like I got them the biggest house.
Wait, do they give you all 3?
Yeah, so basically the gameplay loop for Pokemon Pokopia is that you're a Ditto. You wake up like I guess kind of no like amnesia for you don't know how you got there. But you remember that you had a trainer, and then you mimic your look based on the trainer that you had, and you customize your character.
Yeah.
And then you meet this Tangela, like I forgot which region Tangela. And then he's saying like, yeah, this used to be a town where Pokemon and humans existed together, and it was a beautiful town, and everyone was happy. But something happened. This whole region is destroyed and desolate, and there's no Pokemon and there's no people. But he was saying that basically you have to rebuild this entire region and bring as many Pokemon back and basically fix all the problems with each of these like sections. I think there's 5 of them. And as you build them up and basically fix whatever's wrong, like the first area is just a dry ass desert, and there's no water, there's no rain, and it was like keeping Pokemon from existing there, and the humans. So you have to basically find out how to bring the rain back in that first area. As an example of like how each section goes, they all have their different problem, and then you have to do a bunch of quests until you figure out how to do that. So as you build, like you're building up these places, and you have to create habitats. So every Pokemon has a habitat that they reside in, and let's say there's tall grass, which is like a common one. So as a Ditto, you'll learn different abilities from the Pokemon that you meet. So you learn Water Gun from Squirtle, you learn Leafage from Bulbasaur, you learn Rock Smash from Hitmonchamp, and yeah, you just keep on like learning all these new abilities, and that's how you those are the abilities you use to like craft, to break through walls, to dig, whatever you need to do for farming. It has everything. And you'll build a habitat like tall grass, and then Pokemon will randomly spawn in that tall grass habitat that you built. And if it's like a common Pokemon, you'll probably build the habitat, and then within like 5 minutes, you'll see the grass shifting, and then you'll go up to it, and they'll pop out, and it'll be like a Combi, and it's like, oh shit, okay, Combi's here, and every Pokemon has their own abilities that they bring to the table. So they all have something that they provide. So some of them are gonna be like, okay, Charmander, if you need to light candles, campfires, anything, they're gonna be the one. You have to make them follow you. They'll light up anything that you want. Bulbasaur can grow flowers, trees, food like vegetables. They can grow them faster. So if you're farming or you're trying to build a field of flowers for an environment, bring Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur will lift, like, make everything grow instantly, so that you don't have to wait the 24 hours or whatever. And
That's sick, bro.
it's on the Animal Crossing clock, so it is real time. So there's gonna be like certain tasks that you're gonna have to wait 24 hours. So if you start building something, like a building or like the Pokemon centers that you have to build, those will be like, oh, you gotta wait until tomorrow for this to go down. But I found out the secret. You don't actually have to wait the entire 24 hours. So what I've been doing is waking up right before 5 a.m. or like an hour before 5 a.m. I start building everything then. And then at 5 a.m., which is considered tomorrow in the game, all of them are done. You just gotta make sure you do it by 5 o'clock a.m. But
hold on 1 second.
The best part about this game is the Pokemon and like the dialogue between the Pokemon, because you've been able to talk and like have dialogue with Pokemon like Mystery Dungeon, but I've never seen Pokemon so personable and with so much personality than with this game. Like everyone has their own way of talking. Like forgot the Queen Bee's name.
Bro, the fact that they gave Ditto a personality is crazy.
Yeah, like the Queen Bee, she talks all like prissy and like queenly and like, and then fucking who was it? There's someone who's just always, I forgot who it is, but they just be into every sentence with, oh, it's Magikarp. Magikarp be like, he ends every sentence with yo. He's like, hey, what up, yo? Like, bro, this game is the, like, right before Winds and Waves. This is the Pokemon game that you needed to reset the tone and the like reset how people feel about Pokemon, because this game will make you fall in love with Pokemon again. And like not just like Pokemon games, but like just Pokemon. And like it makes you remember how much, like, man, I really fuck with Charmander, bro. I really fuck with Charizard like this. Like when Charizard popped up, I was like, yo, I'm like, you get in the big house. I don't care. I'm kicking people out for Charizard. I was like, I forgot who I had. I think I had Ivysaur. I was like, Ivysaur, get your ass out in the grass. You out the house. Charizard is in.
As you should, bro.
Yeah, there's so much to do in this game, and I'm not a builder Minecraft, like I'm not that type of player. My girlfriend is, but they have like the preset houses, and I've been like just building those and trying to just make my area just look nice for my Pokemon villages. But there's so much going on in this game. There's like the whole building aspect, there's the building the villages, but then there's the quests and exploring and trying to figure out how to get every single Pokemon in the game. There's so many, kind of like ZA, Legend Za. There's just sparkly items everywhere that's just gonna catch your attention while you're just exploring, and you're gonna be like, oh, what's this? And you jump into the water, and then you get a recipe out of the water, and then there's like the traces of a Pokemon that you find, and it'll like tell you, hey, this environment will give you this Pokemon. It'll give you the silhouette, like the who's that Pokemon, and you're like, oh shit, it's Heracross. Like if I build this environment, then Heracross is gonna appear. I'm about to build this environment because I fuck with Heracross. We love Heracross around here. So there's always something like pushing you to keep going. There's a like the loop is never ending because you'll finish a quest and then it's like, okay, I'm tired of questing. Let me see what else I can do. Oh, I wanna get some more Pokemon. I need Pokemon that gather resources. Let me find a way to get some more Pokemon. I can find one that can gather resources. Or I need Pokemon that can build because you need to have a builder Pokemon in order to even build anything. Like every single building needs a builder Pokemon. So I need to find more builder Pokemon. So you're either like finding Pokemon, building habitats, you're questing to heal whatever land that you're in. You're decorating and just trying to, and also the Pokemon have their like comfort level. So every Pokemon has their own ideal environment. So like you'll build the habitat for them, and they'll come up, and you'll be like, "Hey, how's your space?" And they're like, "Man, this is shit. Like I came here, there's no food. Like I'm out here in the heat, and I'm a fucking ice type. You got me out here dying, cuz like what's going on?" And I'm like, "All right, bro, I got you." And they're like Zubat, you get Zubat, he's like, bitch, it is bright as fuck. I am a cave Pokemon. Why do you have me out here? I'm like, bro, I got you. So you build them a little awning in a hut so you can make it darker for them, get them some food, get them some decorations, get them some toys to play with because some of them are more playful. They want toys. And they'll be like, yeah, I need food. And sometimes there'll be something more specific. Sometimes they're just like, I just want decoration. And you can get them anything. And then sometimes they'll be like, I want a decoration, but it got to be spiky. And I'm like, bitch, I don't know what that means. What do you think? You think I just have spiky shit just laying around? And then they'll be like, I want food, but it got to be spicy. And I'm like, I haven't got to the region where I got spicy food yet. So you're going to have to wait. But you're trying to get everyone's comfort level to awesome. It's like it goes from iffy to average to nice to great and then awesome. If they're at awesome level, that's the max. Like they're at the maximum comfort level. But yeah, man, this game it's a game I didn't know that I needed. And it's because it blends everything that you love about Animal Crossing, but also like blends with that love for Pokemon and just like it puts you on another level with the Pokemon because you don't get to have like actually see these Pokemon's personality and how they talk and how they interact with each other. And then like the interactions between the Pokemon are so good, bro. That's one of my favorite things. So I built a house and I put Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan in the same house together, and then like they're always sparring with each other, and they'll like talk to each other and be like, "Oh man, let me see them kicks," and he's like, he's like, "Yo, that kick was crazy." And I was like, "That was some crazy reach, but watch how my punches." Ooh, he's like, "Yo, that's the fastest punch I ever seen." Like yeah, man, like what's up?
Yeah.
And then like
awesome.
Pinsir and Heracross, they were out here like comparing horns. Like, yeah, my horn is bigger than your horn. And he's like, yeah, but I got two horns though, cuz. And he's like, they over here set tripping on each other. I was like, yo, this shit, like, bro, this shit is so fire. Like everyone has their interaction with like Charmander and Charizard. You like, or like when you meet some of the Pokemon, it like you meet Bellsprout, and then Bellsprout is like I'm tiny right now, but I'm hoping that when I get bigger, I'll be a beautiful flower. And like he turns into fucking Victory Bell, who's ugly as shit. You're like, how do we break it to him?
That's hella funny.
But yeah, the dialogue is like the best part of this game, and just like the interactions between the Pokemon is just so good, and it brings you to something that like the anime doesn't bring, something that the mystery dungeon games doesn't do for you. Like this one puts you into the world of Pokemon in a completely different way, and that's why Pokemon Pokopia is my runner up game of the year right now. Demon Tie is still number one, but you already know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing this shit nonstop, and I haven't really had anything that made me want to pull away from it.
Yeah, man. I low-key was just in the second I seen that the perspective wasn't just gonna be top down. Like
Yeah,
once I seen that, I was like, yeah, I'm in.
that was actually how it was originally going to be. They prototyped it as an isometric game, but then Pokemon Company and Game Freak were like, "Nah, you got to go harder. This got to be like a full third person adventure." And then they upped the scope, and it definitely worked out.
Oh yeah. It's that scope,
But
man.
yeah, scope, you know,
Hey, it's scope and ambition,
Digimon
bro.
fans
That's
don't know
next
nothing about no
gen, bro.
scope.
Nah, dude, that's literally next gen, bro. Next gen is literally scope and ambition. Like, how ambitious is your team gonna be? How big is the scope of your game gonna be?
But yeah, man, I'm loving Pokopia, and the hype is real. Like
Oh
this
yeah.
is the Animal
Have you
Cross,
seen
like,
the
and
buy
it's
your
such a
girl?
surprise. What'd you say?
Have you seen the buy your girl a Switch 2 for Pokopia memes? Have you seen all those?
Yeah,
Yeah, literally, I brought that up to my girl, and I was like, yeah, it's funny because I literally bought you a Switch on day one. I was like, you don't need Pokopia for me to get you a Switch 2. Like, I got you on June 5th, 2025.
but
But yeah.
also this game has game share. So my girl, she still has the Switch one, and I'd be game sharing with her playing co-op. So it's game share is also really good.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, Pokemon Pokopia, also again the highest rated game of the year. At first it was 90, then it dropped down to 88, but now it went back up to 90, and Resident Evil went back down to 89. So we're back on top. Abdi said Nintendo does not generally put a huge budget for Pokemon in the past. Well, Nintendo, Pokemon Company, and I'm pretty sure this game still wasn't a huge budget. Um, I'm pretty sure this game has about the same budget as Legend Za. So I don't think this one is a crazy budget either. It's just efficiency and putting your resources towards the things that matter, and making sure that the game design is fun first and then building around that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 15 to 20 million scope game, not a 80, 100 million. Oh, also mouse mode is a game changer in this game. Mouse mode
Yeah,
is like a must for
really.
this game, especially when you're building. When you are building, you basically can do things that you can't do.
Mm.
Like when you're trying to break rocks with Rock Smash, you only have a certain like range. You can go like 3 blocks away, basically. But in mouse mode, you can go like 10 blocks up or
Huh,
down or left or right. You don't have to be anywhere near it. And you
that's
just
cool.
mouse over, and you'll be able to break and place blocks all around you.
Wow, that's awesome.
So yeah, the mouse mode is a game changer. it's I don't play it like I don't play with my mouse mode all the time, but I'll use it anytime I'm building or just trying to break through some rocks and build an area. But yeah, that is probably the best use of mouse mode, like the most efficient use of mouse mode that I've played on the Switch 2 so far.
That's awesome. Actually, didn't know that. That's cool.
But yeah, Pokemon Pokopia, I can't I love it. I can't recommend it enough. I've I've not hit the limit. Like usually in Animal Crossing, I'm already like, okay, we're kind of getting into that repetitive place, and I'm gonna come back for the holidays, and that's about it. Like I'm not, but it's been holding my attention because there's just so much to do. Like in Animal Crossing, I finished the campaign in like the first week, maybe the second week, and then I was like, okay, that was just me doing whatever the fuck I want, building up the museum and all that. And I'm like, is this going to hold my interest? Usually Animal Crossing is like a 30-hour, 35-hour. I'm good after that. I'm not like my girl who put like 100 and something hours into it. It's not, but I usually get off Animal Crossing pretty quick, but I feel like I'm going to be on Pokopia for a while. And it's a good pick up and play game. Like you don't need, it's not a game that you need to sit there for hours and just play. You can pick it up, be like, okay, let me do a few quests, let me build some habitats, let me find this Pokemon, and then put it down. And that's really what's been helping me a lot, because when I'm working, I pick it up between customers and then play, and then oh, I got a customer, boop, and then do what I need to do, then pick it up right where I left off, and then keep on doing what I'm doing. Like it's a great pick up and play game.
Oh yeah.
Abdi asked, did I enjoy the Fire Red and Leaf Green parts? I did not get those because I've played Fire Red and Leaf Green enough, and I don't. What was it? $20 each? I'm okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy them, so I
Plus,
can't comment, but I would love to.
I already
I'd love to.
have Fire Red and Leaf Green on. If I can find it, I'm always throwing it around somewhere. On this, so I don't need to play it on my Switch because I already got something for. But that is Pokemon Pokopia. That is what I have been playing this entire week. So with that, let's get some of these news topics out the way, and then we out of here.
Yes, sir.
A lot of big news. Big news. But yeah, a lot of big news. We're gonna get through most of them pretty quickly. So starting with actually, what are we starting with? Let's start with Project Helix, Xbox next generation. They confirmed it.
Womp womp womp. No, I'm just kidding.
And it was everything we already do.
Yep.
No, really,
much.
was it really news for most people? I feel like if you were in the know, you already knew exactly what you were getting with it. But the one thing that we did get is a really cool code name, which is Helix. And I feel like that's the best code name that we have gotten from Xbox. Like better than Scorpio, better than Anaconda, Scarlet, Lockhart, whatever the fuck. I love Helix because one, it's a little double entendre with the one, they like the little symbol, they got the Helix looking like an X, which is it's a great logo for that. But then also it's like the DNA of Xbox, the DNA of PC in one device. I feel like the Helix moniker, I feel like that should be the name, Xbox Helix, but knowing them, they're gonna something stupid instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving the name.
Oh yeah,
But
man.
like I said, this is something we already knew. Like the details, I don't think I've seen anything that has been like, yo, I ain't know about this, you know?
Yeah.
But anything, were you at the GDC conference for that?
So no, I didn't actually get to make that one.
Okay,
I was going to, but I didn't show up early on time, so
got it.
it was one of those early conferences or
Okay.
lectures.
So let me go into let me find the first announcement from Asha, Queen Asha.
Queen of AI, Asha Sharma.
So she said she made sure to be the first one to announce it because you know she created it in her 2 week tenure. She did it all by herself. I just came in and I made a new Xbox. What were y'all doing? Nothing. I did this. All right, but want to see her tweet. Okay, I'm probably not gonna find her tweet. I don't think I saved it. But basically, the tweet was, "This is the next generation of Xbox, and it plays your Xbox console and PC games." And then everyone decided to argue about if it's a console or PC, and everyone is stupid. Um, but plays your Xbox and console and PC games. This is from the GDC slides. Powered by custom AMD SoC, AMD FSR Next, including multi-frame generation, deep texture compression. And Jason Ronald said they're sending alpha versions of Project Helix to developers starting in 2027. Uh,
Yay.
and then they're gonna have a GDK evolution that's gonna basically optimize building a game for PC to make it easier to just transform it into an Xbox game. Which I guess if it's easy enough, that'll make sure people don't just skip the Xbox.
Yeah, it's
And
something like the Helix version. I seen their like little like image for it where it has like the arrows pointing where it's like the Helix version then makes way for the PC version, which then makes way for the Series X and S version, which then makes way for the cloud version or something like that. But it's like if you get it on Helix, then it's like pretty much already a PC game at that point
yep.
is what they were trying to emphasize.
And as part of our 25th anniversary, later this year, the game preservation team will release some iconic games from the past that are now going to be able to be played in entirely new ways from Jason Ronald. So, hey, Back Compat
We'll see.
team is back on. Love to
Yeah.
see it. Another big one is that they've updated the PlayFab term. So now PlayFab is free, including the game saves, the matchmaking, the analytics, everything is now all there for no additional cost, which is actually pretty big because they had a version of PlayFab that was free, but it was limited. But now they've basically opened up the full fat PlayFab for everyone, which is going to be great for developers, especially when it comes to the dedicated servers that you can get with PlayFab, the matchmaking servers. That's going to be big for people making multiplayer games.
Might incentivize them to straight up be on Xbox servers or the
Yeah,
PlayFab servers.
Xbox and DirectX in general. So yeah, they've made some little moves. At least just with the marketing of what they're trying to get into next. And a lot of it is marketed towards making it easier for developers, which means that they don't feel like Xbox is a burden to build for. Because at this point, most developers might feel that we're not going to be making a lot of money depending on the game, right? Like, we're not going to be making a crazy profit putting our game on Xbox because of every like low player base. The buyers aren't sticky. They don't buy games as much. So if they're gonna put it on there, better be easy as fuck. And they're at least putting in the strides to do that. But anything from the GDC announcement that stuck out to you at all? Oh, also,
Yeah, no.
look, if this, like I said, I'm giving Asha Sharma her fair shake and everything. We know the AI and all that, but one thing I can definitely say that I can put on her, the this isn't Xbox marketing has been completely wiped out.
Yeah.
They've gotten rid of any trace of the this isn't Xbox marketing. And if
Well,
Asha,
okay, I'll put a little asterisk on that. They've gotten rid of the verbiage. This is an Xbox, but they're literally still using those
well,
same
yeah,
posters, though.
yeah, you still get
Like
the
it
poster
still looks like,
with all the
yeah,
devices, but they just changed it. But that text was the worst part of it. It was like, we know Xbox is on all devices, but the this is an Xbox marketing was always like a like, why do I need an Xbox if, but now they're actually putting more emphasis on like building for the console. And if you build for the console, you build for everything and it works. Like, console first is what it sounds like compared to what it used to be.
but
But yeah, how did you
did
feel
I
about
notice
the whole thing?
anything? It's I mean, it's what they should be doing. They should be simplifying their, their development pipelines. They should remove the barriers of putting your game on Xbox, or what even
Yes.
like what even you consider your game as an Xbox game. Like, you should just completely remove that barrier, and it's smart for them to do that. Yeah, I mean, they didn't tell us if we'll be able to play our physical games, which I'm assuming is going to be a negative.
I mean, they were able to get it done with the Xbox 360 and Xbox original games.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
they're
not
not
something
confirming
that's,
if the thing has a disk drive.
yeah.
And what I was told is you're not even really allowed to ask them that.
Yeah, don't I don't think they'll do it. But
And
then
that tells me they're not going to do it.
I feel like they'll have backlash and then they're gonna make a version with a disk drive. But I don't think
Maybe.
the base one will have a disk drive.
Hmm.
But I think, or maybe they're gonna be a base, like the one that's all digital, and then one that's gonna be like $100 more expensive that might have a disk drive. But then I feel like they don't want that confusion either. If anything, they should just do the removable disk drive like PlayStation did. I feel like that's the best answer. Or no, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say just have any like Blu-ray drive that you can just pick up, but then you can just pirate everything like the Dreamcast. So no, don't do that.
I think a solution that they could come up with is like, maybe if they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, the next console's not gonna have a disk drive, maybe they could be like, oh yeah, if you just put in your disc into your Series X now, it will just transfer to being a digital license, and you could just toss your disc or something. Like they should have a
You mean
compromise.
like how the original Xbox One's vision was? and then everyone hated that idea.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or they didn't hate that a specific idea. They just lumped it in with everything that they hated. But I always loved that idea, and I've always wanted that to be the case. Because I'm already installing the disc anyway. Why do I still need to put the disc in every time I want to play it? Never understood that. All right. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't anything really big that came out that we didn't already learn. Shout out to Moore's Law is Dead. He
man.
already gave all the answers to this beforehand. We also got the automatic super resolution mode coming to the Xbox Ally, which is a super resolution mode that is already going to be on top of the FSR. It's a like Windows level super resolution, which is cool. I'm pretty sure they're going to be implementing that into Windows as a whole and to the Xbox in the future. They also said Xbox mode is coming to all PCs. I think it might already be out, or was it in April that it's going to be out?
I think it's out for the insiders right now.
Yeah, for the insiders. I have Insider, I just haven't updated. So yeah. That's happening. But yeah, that's
Helix.
Xbox. Yeah, that's Helix. Cool name. But we already knew all this. Didn't get much new. And that's okay. We just be in the know like that. We was already in the future. All right. Call it Xbox Helix. That's all I ask. I'm okay.
Just call it an Xbox, bro. Just say this is an Xbox.
All right. There's only two. There's only two that I will accept: Xbox Helix or Xbox 720. If you want to go full, like we're turning things around, Xbox 720, go like do it. Everyone is always like, just do the Xbox 720. Just do it. I feel like Asha Sharma is the one who's she's gonna see what's happening online, and she's gonna be like, just do it. Like she's a crowd pleaser. I feel like she might be the crowd pleaser, and not like a hardcore.
Well, I mean, Phil was a crowd pleaser.
No, not the hardcore gamer crowd pleaser, but like the like the Twitter, the online social economics like crowd pleaser. She's gonna do things that directly will affect the online like exposure of Xbox and how people feel about Xbox and like the message with Xbox versus like just making great games and hoping that that's enough. Speaking of Xbox updates, there was also, what else did just happen with Xbox? Oh, nobody care about Gaming Copilot. That shit is happening.
Yeah, we know what happened. Crimson Desert isn't fucking launching for anyone that
let's see. Oh, we did get something from I mean, this is but we got some information about Xbox and AMD's FSR Diamond, which is going to be their pisser equivalent. And it's going to be an AI-powered upscaling and rendering technology called FSR Diamond, which uses next-gen neural rendering and machine learning upscaling to provide leading visual performance. It also includes Gaming Copilot. But they were demonstrating
Copilot's
such
a fucking stain on humanity, bro.
Every time you see GDC, man. You're like, I mean, every time I said GDC, every time you see fucking Copilot, it just turns your whole mood down.
Bro, like if that next Xbox has any form of Copilot in its name, it's fucking DOA.
They need to just change they need to just change Copilot into
Xbox AI.
Yeah, Xbox AI. What do you Copilot? We don't do that. Xbox AI. All right, another one for Asha.
We're giving her too much, bro. We're giving them too much free game, bro.
We gotta give flowers when we give flowers. Now, I'm not gonna say this is all her, but she's doing a good job, at least of trying to. She's
Bro,
doing
what is this
the
fucking
little
game that you
things.
have playing, bro? What is this?
Oh, it's Bobo Bay.
Oh hell no, bro. What
Which
the
you
fuck
don't,
is that?
bro. This is the Chow Garden
Oh
clone.
yeah, the Chow Garden thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hella forgot about that. I was about to say, what fucking Unity ass jank ass game you got played? But yeah, it's that Chow Garden game. Gotcha.
So yesterday actually, we got an update for insiders on Xbox, and a lot of fan requested things that we've been requesting for dashboard changes for years. Asha said, I'm gonna get that shit expedited right now. So you can now toggle quick resume per title, which, if you know games like Call of Duty, a lot of the multiplayer games, they just fuck up every time you try to open them and you forget that you didn't close it all the way. And then it's a mess.
It racks up your
If
time
you're
too on
only
the
playing
back
single
end.
player games, usually quick resume is amazing. But if you throw some multiplayer games in there, yeah, quick resume be fucking shit up. So now you can set it. Nope, no quick resume on this game. No quick resume on this game. No quick resume on this one. And that is something that should have been in there from fucking launch, or at least very close to launch when people were complaining about it. Then they got that in. Now you can add up to 10 groups instead of only 2 on the home screen, which is crazy because why the hell was there only 2 groups? You got custom colors. So now instead of just a preset like purple, light purple, you can now do like the full slider palette. So you can get the perfect color. And they just updated the glide and the profile visuals just a little bit to make them a little cleaner. And then Asha said, 2 weeks ago, we started working on some of the most requested Xbox features. Today, they're here. Keep the feedback coming. Come on, give Asha her flowers, bro. Let her cook.
Bro, I ain't ever gonna give her flowers, bro.
Let her cook.
Unless she does something crazy, bro, then I'll give her flowers, bro. Like if she literally says, "Yeah, Fable's gonna be exclusive" or some shit, then I'll give her some flowers.
Bro, Queen Asha.
Bro, these features can't be done in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, these features cannot be implemented in 2 weeks.
They did it in 2 weeks, man.
They can't, bro.
You don't trust Asha?
Bro. No,
you don't trust her words. Why would you not trust her? She did. She went there and said, "Y'all got 2 weeks to get these features in, or you're fired." Nah, we all know.
Crazy.
We all know that these features were already in the works, but
yeah,
the timing is just too good. So it's. I want to give her the flower because she's capitalizing on it for her image, which is
she's like saying like I did it, like I'm taking credit for it. So I kind of respect that. Sure,
I'm the one who's gonna announce Helix right now. I'm gonna announce these updates. I made them do
Kanye
this.
energy up in there, kind of a little bit.
Nah. This is Soldier Boy. I did it first. It was me.
Soldier Boy energy. Drake. That shit is so funny, bro.
But yeah, look. I know she's not the gamer or anything. I know she's the AI heiress, but she at least knows how to. She knows how to Twitter, which is it goes a long way in like.
I mean, it's marketing and it's on itself. It's marketing. She's marketing for the brand on her own Twitter account.
So yeah, I'm gonna give her though at least a little bit of flowers just for her presence online is pretty good. It's feeling like the 2026 equivalent of like Phil coming on the scene in 2014 and just like being like, hey, right out the gate, we about to fix this, and this. And I'm the one who did this. Like,
sure. Sure.
So yeah. But that's really everything that was going on with Xbox and GDC and all that.
Well,
All
they
right.
showed off some games at their play at the Play Anywhere event, which
Yeah, the ID at Xbox event.
yeah, I was very curious about one of them. I think it's called like Fate's End or something like that. It's
Yeah,
the
that's the
developer
one.
of 33 Immortals
Yep.
and
We saw the
Spiritfarer.
trailer for that one and I thought it looked really good.
Yes, so I didn't get a chance to even see that game, so
Yeah,
but I heard
Lord's
whatever
Gaming
they
has it up
showed.
on
Hmm.
they have the
Yeah, so
gameplay footage.
whatever they showed there's it probably looks sick, but yeah, no, that's one of the games that I was actually super curious about that I didn't get to check for an Xbox. I did get to play with the Xbox Ally X though, a little bit. Um, it was alright. It's
Mhm.
funny because when I like picked it up, it was already running FF7 remake, and it was capped at 30, and the everything was turned to low, and then I was literally playing it, and I'm like,
The X or Ally?
Xbox Ally X, yes. No, so then I was like, okay, this is fucking strange. And then I literally went to the settings. I just bumped that shit to high and I turned off the frame rate cap. And I was like trying to like learn it because it has its own like kind of like Steam OS type thing where
Mhm.
like you can go into the settings. I think it's called Adrenaline on there too, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, no, like I turned it up to the highest and like it was running like between like 40-ish to like 50-ish frames. And I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense why they capped it at fucking 30 and put it to low. But I'm pretty sure if I just put it to low and then what's it called? Um just uncap the frame rate, it probably could hit 60. But it's very comfortable to hold. It's more comfortable than the Steam Deck. I still like my Switch 2 with the Genki case. I'm gonna choose that over anything every single day. But it was very comfortable. Exactly, very comfortable to hold. The screen is small on it. Like it's like when I was holding it, and I was like noticing it. I was like, yeah, this is very comfy to hold, but like I kind of wish there was a bigger screen on it. You know, like uh, I was I was gonna say an inch really does make a difference, but it really does in it really does in this aspect because fucking the screen's really small, and I'm like, what the heck? But it was very comfortable to hold. It played the games great. I only got to try the one game, so couldn't really play anything else. And I was trying to look to see if there's anything else on the Ally X, but it didn't have anything else installed, so that was kind of a bummer. But yeah, it was nice to try it out and stuff. You know, I was in the market for one before they dropped it, and I was planning on selling my Steam Deck OLED for it, but I'm actually very glad that I didn't. Um, but yeah, it was nice to hold that too. It was nice to try it out.
Okay. All right. We already kind of talked about this, so we'll be quick. But Pisser 2.0.
Yes, sir.
The first game to utilize it was Resident Evil Requiem, and there was a lot of good things to say, and then a lot of backlash after they got rid of the ray tracing in an update on the
They got rid of it in
PS5
in a
Pro.
particular section.
Yeah. Okay.
and it was because of the denoising, and it was actually because of fucking Digital Foundry out of all places, because they were all like, oh yeah, the denoising just looks bad on everything. So then Capcom was literally all like, oh okay, so then this is broken, but it's really not broken, it's just the denoising is just bad. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna take it out in like a section that has like a
Yeah.
ton of like reflections. But fuck Digital Foundry.
But yeah, Pisser 2.0, a lot of good things, great upscaling. You already said that partnership with AMD and AMD's FSR and what they learned from the original. And yeah. The games that are going to be taking advantage of it first was Ghost of Yotei, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Other games I'm probably forgetting. I mean, I'm definitely forgetting. There was like a few more than that. Stu Jersey
Stu just
asks,
asked, yeah,
yeah,
go for it.
is there any alternative to Digital Foundry? They need competition.
I got you guys. So the one that we've talked about, what's his name? El Analista.
Yep.
So that's one. But the second one that I've found, I actually found this when I was researching my PS5 Pro review. Brazil Pixel. They show you the, like, the game and like the resolution, literally the exact resolution. They even show in Brazil Pixels videos, they show you how much wattage is being used while the game is being played. So, or how much watts or whatever the system's using. So yes, Brazil Pixel, definitely check them out.
Yes, sir. But Sister 2, I'm guessing as you've already played Ghost of Yote and you already said you're impressed.
Yes, it's very impressive. They are in the settings on the PS5. It has this toggle where you can select it for, even if a game doesn't have the patch for the PSSR 2, you can toggle it so it just runs it in PSSR 2.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But yeah, it's great. It's great. If you have a PS5 Pro, definitely take advantage. Start playing your games on with the PS5 Pro, and you'll see
Yeah.
for sure.
And so, yeah, Pixar 2.0, impressive, but it only helps out like 8% of the PlayStation fan base. But Nintendo decided that they were going to do their own Pixar 2.0, and they were like, you know what, Pixar 2.0, this is cool, but we had something up our sleeve too, you know what I mean? And then they pulled out the Switch update 22.0, which includes handheld mode boost. And what this does is that for Switch 1 games that were running the handheld version, you are now able to turn on handheld boost mode on in the settings and run the docked version of that game in handheld mode. So if it was 720p in handheld with lower settings, but the docked version had 1080p with some more like medium, if you even want to say, settings, you can now run that in handheld mode, and it's a night and day difference. Like we already talked about it. Bayonetta 3, oh my god, like when I first put Bayonetta 3 on my Switch 2, I was like, this is disgusting to look at. Like, because it looked worse than playing it on the Switch 1 because of the bigger screen and the like it just looked nasty, bro.
Oh yeah.
But now crispy and still 60. And it's nice. Like I'm like, yeah, bro, this is what I expected it to look like when I first put it on. And then what else did I try? Xenoblade 3, amazing.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't have Xenoblade 2 anymore because I lost my physical copy. But if I had it digitally, I wouldn't have to worry about that. But you know, actually, I didn't lose it. Fucking Lord Mars, I let him borrow it, and then I never got it back from him.
Damn.
Count your days, Lord Mars. But yeah, I have Xenoblade 1, 3, and X, and I'm still missing 2. And I keep like, I'm gonna buy it on sale, and I'm like, I just never do.
I think that's the only one I'm missing as well.
So yeah, Xenoblade 2 is a night and day difference. And I even saw shout out to Andre. No, not Andre. Shout out to Good Vibes Gaming. They did a
Nice.
comparison that was really good. And they were showing it in handheld with a camera so you could actually see like the difference zoomed in.
Yeah,
And it was really good. Let
that's what's
me
up.
actually pull that up just so we can see the comparison. History. Bro, I'm so hyped for Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That
the
new
movie.
trailer was crazy.
Oh yeah.
So here, here it is. But yeah, like here's SMT5. Like just look how sharp the image is compared. You can see all the jaggies. Witcher looks a little better. It can still look better. It needs that Switch 2 edition badly. But yeah, Xenoblade 2, notoriously terrible in handheld mode, so much smoother. And then he was using the accessibility feature to like zoom in. So it's more zoomed in than it should be. So when you zoom out, it's gonna look nicer than what you're seeing. But you can actually see the faces. So yeah. They cooked with this update. It's a great update. Works on, I don't think there's been any exceptions, like any Switch One games that don't work. So yeah. Good shit on Nintendo. Now
Oh yeah.
Nintendo needs to figure out how to get an auto HDR type of feature to add HDR to these back compat games. I don't know how, because they don't really do like machine learning and shit like Xbox does, but they need that. All right. What else we got on the agenda? All right, 2 more topics and then we out of here. Let's talk about Starfield, and we've been waiting on Starfield 2.0, air quotes, for a while.
Yeah.
And Maddie scared me because he was like, yeah, it's not no Starfield 2.0. It's not. I was like, damn, it's gonna be the same Starfield, just like new missions and shit. But
Hold on. It was actually Bethesda that tried to tell people to temper people's expectations.
Okay.
I'll say that.
But we got the news, and we got the Starfield Free Lanes update along with the Terran Armada expansion. So Free Lanes is an update that is gonna definitely alleviate a lot of the issues that people had with Starfield. You can now freely explore within a galaxy, go from planet to planet,
Beautiful.
like just cruise through space. And then there's actually things that are happening while you're cruising through space. Random events will take place that'll give you more things to do in space, outside of just like at the surface of the planet, and that's it. So they've sped up the space flight so you can actually make it to another planet without spending 12 hours like Alana Pierce did when the game first came out.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then she couldn't even like access the planet or anything. It's just a blank sphere, and that was it. So yeah, man. I loved Starfield. Starfield is still my favorite RPG of this generation. Like, I don't care what anybody says. It's my favorite RPG of this generation. Or it's my favorite single player RPG of this generation. Because Baldur's Gate 3 is my favorite RPG, but that's like co-op, all that, the whole D&D aspect. That's the only reason that Baldur's Gate is in my top. But as far as like a single player, like engrossing action game, this is my favorite game of the generation. And I didn't mind the whole space travel thing because I wasn't playing it to be a space sim. I was playing it to be a narrative driven RPG, and the narrative in this game was great. It was better than like Skyrim's main quest. It was better than Fallout 3 and 4's main quest. Maybe not as good as New Vegas. I feel like New Vegas, I really like the main quest for New Vegas, but I feel like Starfield is like the best Bethesda written main quest that they have done in the at least for the modern ones that I've played, which is Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3, and Fallout 4. So yeah, and it's also the only Bethesda game that I actually finished the main quest. Like, I've never finished the main quest for Skyrim. I've never finished the main quest for. No, I finished the main quest for Fallout 4, but never for Fallout 3 and Skyrim because I just would get like engrossed in the faction stuff, and then I just never finished the game. Stu Jersey has do the save files carry over? Yes, you can just start from your save file, or you can play a new one. I feel like I'm probably gonna play a new one just to start over with everything there. But I'll see. I only did one Starborn run, so I'll see if I want to continue or not. But this update, I feel like that is the biggest thing that people had the most complaints about was like the space travel. That was like the biggest thing. Now you still can't just enter a planet, which I feel like that's such a non-issue to me. Like you fly into the planet, you do a cutscene that flies into the planet. Like at the end of the day, who cares? But they did add a new vehicle that's more agile, and it has like a hover boost that you can kind of hop around and fly around more agile, which is cool for exploring. I think they added more POIs on planets and have added POIs in space to get rid of that empty, nothing's happening kind of feel when you're just exploring. So that's
good.
That's good. That's another complaint. This update has directly hit a majority of the complaints. And for the people who did love Starfield for the things that they did right, which is like the customization, the outpost, the shipbuilding, they have improved those even further for those people, which was me, because I loved the shipbuilding. I loved creating ships, and they've even made that better. They've improved that even more. And like the cruise mode, you can be flying to a POI, and you can just get out of the seat and just talk to your crew members, chill while you're just flying through space. And you can like see all the planets and stars passing by. And then when you get attacked, it'll like alert you, and then you get back into the ship, and then you do the dogfight and everything. So I love everything about this.
Awesome.
This is making one of my favorite games even better. Like I could acknowledge all the complaints for sure. I never defended the space travel. Like the landing on planets, I'm like, that's a hitter. Like, who cares? Like, for me. Now the space travel, I did want to be able to just drive, like fly from one planet to another. And I did feel like that was a missed opportunity. So that part does make a difference for me. Then we got the Terran Armada DLC. We already had hints of the Terran Armada in the original game and everything, but now they're coming as the enemy, and they're gonna be a lot more difficult. They also upgraded weapons. There's new tiers. So now your best weapons are no longer your best weapons. There's going to be even two higher tiers for weapons, so that you have more reason to loot and craft. They have now enemies have their own abilities, and they will have status effects, and they will have abilities that they can unleash that'll affect you and other enemies as well. Like there was an enemy who could enrage other enemies when they die, and then they would just go into rage mode and start charging at you. So yeah, this update is
Seems
looking
like they
Starfield
could.
2.0 to me. Like
Yeah,
it
low
feels
key,
very
right?
Starfield 2.0 to me. But how are you feeling as someone who didn't really get too far into it?
Yeah, I like Starfield. Like I'm not a Starfield hater. I think it's a very ambitious game. It's ties back into ambition and scope, right? Like it's a very ambitious game. It's a game that has a big ass scope. So I kind of understand that like it needed time. It still needed time, even though it launched in 2023. Like it's not like what it's like. The finished product is still like, years away in my opinion. And this is just a update in that. Like I still think like they're still gonna do some more for Starfield, and like I feel like they're gonna improve it some more, and they'll still work on it and add some DLCs and stuff. But um, yeah, I mean it's cool. I'm digging it. I'm digging the improvements. Definitely adding the POIs is nice. The spaceship stuff is nice. It coming on PS5 is nice.
Oh yeah,
I'm
and
assuming
I
that
guess
the
it's coming to
free lane. I'm
PS5.
assuming that there's three updates that they showed, right? And then two of
Yep.
them are gonna be free, and then one of them is gonna be locked behind a paywall, right?
Yeah, so the Trackers Alliance is already a thing. They're just updating that um for players. So they're adding more uh targets to track to hunt down. Like it's like a bounty hunter thing.
Mm,
And
yeah,
then
that's cool.
the free lanes update that is completely free. That's going to be all the like innate improvements to the game itself and the design.
Yeah.
And then Terran Armada is the actual narrative driven expansion, kind of like Shattered Space,
Yeah.
but hopefully not bad like Shattered Space.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, man.
and if they did, I believe Shattered Space was supposed to be the only DLC that was free with the season. Like if you got the expansion pass or whatever, or not the season pass, but like the deluxe
The
edition.
deluxe edition, yeah.
Shattered Space is supposed to be the only one, I believe. But now they've added Terran Armada into that
That's
so
good.
that they can make up for how bad Shattered Space was. Like, here you go. We know he fucked up with the first one, so we're gonna give you this one for all the people, which was me. I got the deluxe edition, so I'm getting Terran
I think I might
Armada.
have it too. I'm pretty sure I have the deluxe edition. But
Yeah,
I do actually want to check out Starfield on this PC because I know that it's one of those games that runs better on AMD. So it probably is gonna run great on my PC, and it probably is gonna look great. It's probably gonna have FSR 4. Well, hopefully it does. I don't know if it does, but yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to try it out. I've been waiting for a reason to beat Starfield, so this probably might be it.
yeah, and I've been looking for a reason to come back. Shattered Space was not the reason, so now I'm back. But yeah, Stu Jersey said, yeah, No Man's Sky had people spoiled for real, exactly. And I've played a little. I played about 30 hours of No Man's Sky, and like the space travel, and then just being able to drop into the planets, like it's cool. But also, No Man's Sky is like 20% of the game that Starfield is, as like an actual game, like an RPG with a narrative and story and compelling characters, and like No Man's Sky does not have any of that.
Literally any of that, yeah. It literally just has that cool flying in and out of the planet
It's a
shit and
great
like those creatures.
survival simulation space sim, but like if you're trying to look for a compelling story or characters to care about or great combat, because Starfield's combat is actually really good,
Mhm.
and No Man's Sky's combat is ass burgers.
Yeah.
Um, and the same thing with Elite Dangerous, which is 10% of what No Man's Sky is, except it's just a deeper space sim, and that's about it. Like, I never understood how people could like look at these games like, yeah, but Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky does this, and like they don't care. They don't care about any of the other 90% of the things that it's not doing. Like it ain't doing this, and that's it. That's all that matters. Like, come on. But yeah, Starfield. I'm not expecting a Cyberpunk 2.0 situation. I don't think that'll ever happen for Starfield. But I feel like it'll get a little boost. It'll get a
Oh yeah.
little good boost, especially with the PlayStation announcement. Um, it'll get
Oh,
a little decent boost of players and people returning, and hopefully this brings the mod scene back. Uh, I thought Star Wars Genesis would be a little bigger when it comes to bringing that scene back, but hopefully with this update, we get a lot more mods coming in. So yeah, that's all I got to say on Starfield. I'm glad that I have a reason to come back.
Yeah, man. It seems like they really did. They are trying to take people's complaints, at least to
Yep.
heart.
All right. And our last topic for today. The big N, or sorry, that's a lie. The little N, because big N is Nintendo. We talking about little bro. The little bro that worked for Nintendo. Nvidia decided to come outside before they quickly got packed up and sent back inside. DLSS 5, everybody's looking for the next advancements for AI upscaling and super sampling, and everyone loves DLSS. We love, as you know, we want to see, I shouldn't say everyone loves, people already kind of not feeling frame generation for some games. But Nvidia was like, man, we had a mixed reception of frame generation. How do we make sure we have a unanimous response? Let's put some fucking AI filters onto these games. Then everyone's gonna unanimously hate this shit. And that's what they did. So I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they thought that, like, who in the building at Nvidia was like, yeah, this gamers are gonna love this. Crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure Grums and and Smash JT and all these fucking dumbasses probably were like, yeah, this is the future of gaming right here. They gonna tweak it so that they can turn all the black characters, like it's gonna automatically filter black characters into white and turn ugly characters pretty. Yeah. Anyways, DLSS 5, they showed a little teaser which started with Grace Ashcroft from Resident Evil Requiem, and everyone disliked that. Yeah, it looked different. It definitely looked different for sure. So it basically uses generative AI to enhance the everything, the entire image, including the faces of these characters. And they say that it only improves the lighting.
Oh,
and they kept saying up and down, it's only improving the lighting and the shadows. But you can literally see Grace's fucking lips turn in, like they turn plump.
yeah.
She got fillers, bro. Like, why are y'all gaslighting? Like, this shit is crazy. Her nose went from black Michael Jackson to white Michael Jackson. Like, stop playing with me. Yeah, bro. They were really trying to gaslight people and say, no, it's just the shadows. Like, we didn't change anything. Nothing changed. It's the same. Come on. Stop playing games. Now, I will say that I did see some demos with the environments only, without the actual characters, and that was a night and day difference. Like Assassin's Creed Shadows, they showed how it improves the environments and the lighting and the shadows of Assassin's Creed, and that was something that I could really get behind. If they could find a way to just bypass characters completely and then only update the environments, DLSS 5 could be something special. But until they get rid of these fucking Snapchat ass filters on these characters' faces, like, nah, don't put this shit out again, bro. Don't put this shit out until you figure out what the fuck going on. Because it felt like they didn't even understand what was going on. The AI just was doing the shit by themselves. The AI was like, nah, we gonna make it You want it to look better? This is how you make it look better. Who did you learn this from? Grums. We were studying Grums. But yeah, man, DLSS 5. You love Nvidia and you love DLSS. It's your two favorite things. How you feeling about this update?
Yeah, I mean, it's, all I'll say is it's not a coincidence that the same days when Sony like unveiled the PSSR 2 and said like, "Oh yeah, this it's coming like today, starting today and all that shit." So, that's not a coincidence because that literally happened like in the same hour that Nvidia announced DLSS 5 and showed it off. Uh Number 2, Digital Foundry. I have my fucking eyes on you guys.
Oh, bro, we gotta talk about them
Because
motherfuckers.
they literally were like, I think they posted something today where they said like, "Oh, we kind of wish we held back our videos so we
Bro,
could
I ain't
actually follow the
that
hate
like
because."
okay. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you have to say. If you have an opinion about something, like a subjective opinion about something, and then you see people backlash about it. If you see people backlash about it, and then you say, actually, we hate it too. We just didn't know that y'all were gonna hate it. So, it wasn't our fault. Like,
Yeah, nah,
bro,
that's some
how do
bullshit.
you, how, like, that alone would kill any credibility that I have for you. Because you're literally saying, yeah, we just gonna go with what everybody else is saying.
Mhm.
Like, we're sorry that we gave our opinion first before getting y'all's opinion on it first. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, man, it's disgusting. It's disgusting work, bro. It's just it's disgusting work. But how I feel about it is it's I'm just gonna rehash probably what the internet has already said, but it kills the original creative intent of the game. Like the DLSS filter, the DLSS 5 filter kills the artist's original intent, and that automatically makes me not for it.
Yeah. Like I said, the environments definitely are like a noticeable improvement because there's not much artistic vision to kind of kill in that regard, but they need to work on them character models. They need to get that AI in check. He been watching too much porn, obviously, or something. Gen AI just been on Pornhub all day. But yeah, I think they're gonna take this backlash to heart though. They're definitely gonna fix whatever the fuck was happening with that. I don't think DLSS 5 is gonna launch in the state that we just saw.
True. I
Um,
mean, it better not.
but yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna see. Like, DLSS 5 is still a while away. It's not coming anytime soon.
Yep.
So, and
And
then
like from what I know is like to actually do like that whole Gen AI filter, like you need a whole nother graphics card or something like
exactly,
that.
you need
So
two.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know how like feasible it is for like a regular consumer to use DLSS 5. So we'll see how it is for consumers.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna be a 6090 exclusive. Like, you, you're not gonna be able to use that shit without a 6090 Ti Super. So yeah, but if you got a 5080 under, I don't see yourself or you being able to run that.
yeah, man. It's just crazy because DLSS originally is like, let's try to give you more frames for your hardware that you have. And now it's like, oh yeah, turn it on so we can like judge how your game looks. Like what the fuck is that like how do you get from there to there? You know what I'm saying?
But they
Like it's
said it
just
was only the
ridiculous.
shadows and the lighting, nothing else.
Nah, bro.
I mean, I
I'll
will
say
say
games are
that
amazing.
if they can get it to where it is only the lighting and shadows, like, cool. I'm pretty sure that's gonna look good. Just don't be giving fucking grace lip fillers and BBL and shit. Like if she would have turned around, you would have saw a big difference. We didn't get to see it though. That's in the next preview. They scrapped it. But yeah, they thoroughly roasted the fuck out of it, bro. Even like Domino's was roasting Nvidia. Like that's how you know this shit went way past the gamer space. So yeah, the memes were hilarious.
Oh yeah, they're
And
hella
Digital
funny.
Foundry, you gotta come
Y'all are
today. You
getting
gotta hold your
cooked out
damn
here.
L. Like they're bro. The walkback was worse than them simping for the
It was
shit at the
bad.
first place.
It was
Crazy.
bad. Like they literally could have been like, yeah, we it's a sponsored video, so like we gotta like it. Like they literally all just had to just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, dude. I don't know.
But yeah, that's all of our topics. Anything else you wanted to say on the DLSS before we wrap up the stream?
Uh, I'm an AMD baby now, so I can't use DLSS. So
Nah, you forever Nvidia. Switch 2, baby.
that's true,
Switch
but
2,
Switch 2
baby, in the
doesn't have.
DLSS. You using DLSS every day. Don't be trying to
I know.
play.
Okay. And also I do still have my old PC that has a 4070 Ti Super, so I still have a PC with DLSS. I don't really use it that much, but I do have that one still. But right now, as my main, I'm an AMD baby, and they just announced the FSR 4.1, and also they announced their like Ray Regeneration 1.1 update. So, excited to check all that out. I'll say DLSS 4.5 is really fucking good, and Nvidia really fucked up by like ruining their goodwill that they've like worked so hard to gain. Like they ruined it in literally like a day. But like DLSS 4.5 is really fucking good, and it's still DLSS 4.5 is still way better than FSR 4.1, and it's still better than PSSR 2. So it's still like the best AI upscaling shit. But it's just they just fucking ruined their image like for no reason.
Yep. As most big companies tend to do for whatever reason, they just always feel like, hey, what if we just made everyone mad today? It's like it don't matter who you are. You just be like, I just want to piss everybody off today. I don't know why. I just feel like one of those days. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still on the Nvidia train for the foreseeable future. But if AMD really impressed me, I'm always willing to. AMD was my first build, so it's not like it just depends on who's giving me the
The bang
best.
for the buck, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, but with that, let's go ahead and get out of here. That is it. That is all we have for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in and all the people leaving comments in the chat. We do appreciate the support. Make sure you guys hit that like because we love you guys and it helps us grow this channel. If you're not subscribed, you enjoyed the show, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated for when Dual Wield premieres. Because I don't know if we're going live next time. And I do apologize for the extra long start. Had a lot of tech issues and all kinds of things. I'm still trying to get everything set up to how it was before because I have to start everything from scratch. Like, it was a chore, but we were able to stream. I'm happy, and I'm happy to be back. Like, I was really upset that I felt like I was gonna have to wait because there was no way if it was the graphics card, if it was the motherboard, yeah, I wouldn't have a computer anytime soon. We were gonna be.
Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
be on TikTok, streaming with everybody. It's gonna be live on TikTok. Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, this is Project Untitled Gaming Podcast. You already know, like that's how we was gonna be having to do it. But we back on here. We back. So yeah, Subag, appreciate you for pulling up. Where can we find you? What you got going on?
Yes. So I have a lot of actually videos that I've recorded for my time at GDC. I'm gonna try to splice them up together, maybe even publish them into some shorts.
Nice.
I'm cooking. I yeah, youtube.com/Subagels, twitch.tv/Subagels. I haven't streamed in a while, but I will get back to that someday. Check me out on Twitter. That's probably the best way to communicate with me if you guys want to connect with me or talk with me or whatever. Twitter.com/thebigdollywall. Same thing with Instagram. I'm on there. I usually check my Instagram like once or twice a day. So if you guys want to follow me on there, it's at Subagdollywall on Twitter or on Instagram as well. But yeah, follow me, check me out. Oh, I just dropped something. Join the Discord, and I literally just dropped my camera. Fuck.
All right. As for myself, oh yeah, shout out to Cerebral Prawl, shout out to Abdi011, and shout out to Stu Jersey for pulling up for the live stream. And yeah, as for myself, find me on Twitter at PastaFeet, F3ET. You can find me on twitch.tv/Otaku the Dawn. And of course, you can find me right here on YouTube, where not only are we doing Dual Wheel Gaming Podcast every Thursday, Project Untitled Gaming Podcast every Saturday live with the homies. And I'm going to be doing more Pokopia. But also checking me out on Lords of Gaming. I just put out a great article, 50 songs leveled up by video game samples. I put a lot of fucking time and effort into that fucking article. And I even put out a playlist that you can listen to with all 50 songs at the end.
Hell yeah, that's
I
awesome.
go in depth with each song, and yeah, bro, it was a lot of work, but it was great. I loved it.
It's awesome.
So check out that article on Lords of Gaming. One of my favorite articles that I've done. And yeah, Mario Tennis Fever review coming soon. Probably tomorrow, if not later. No, it's not gonna be later today, so probably tomorrow. And then Pokopia review coming soon as well.
Nice.
Yeah, lordsofgaming.net. But also check out everything from GDC that's been happening on the channel, YouTube, Lords of Gaming. Yeah, check that shit out too. But with that, is there anything that we leave with the people? It's been 2 weeks. What we got for them to
leave with the people?
Yeah.
Fuck Metacritic, bro. Learn your own opinions
we
for
didn't
yourself.
talk about Crimson Desert reviews.
I know it's okay. It opened at a 7. It's opened at a 78. I think it's at a 77 now. It's fine. The most important thing is the people that are actually putting the time into the game and actually show that they put the time into the game are loving it. So that's the important thing. So, read your favorite critic reviews and just take that as their opinion. Don't take that as fact, because we got to play the games for ourselves too, have our opinions on them.
So yeah, Crimson Desert, it seems like the type of game that I would like, and that's enough for me.
Exactly.
But with that, let's go ahead and get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your week, your weekend, your month, year, life, all that. And keep your PCs up so that they don't fuck up on you. With that, let's get out of here. Bye-bye.
Peace.